Ayan. So, discuss ghost law. Take a look at the charge inside the box. Okay, comparison. What can you say about ABC? The first thing is just a reference. B. What have you noticed? What have you noticed? Oh, there's a caption up. You can read it. Yes. Oh. What happens? The charge doubles. Okay, so what happens if the charge doubles? Oh, so how can I see the flux has doubled? From the figure, what can you see, guys? Okay, next one. So that means if you double it, the length of the arrows doubles also. Yan. How about that? Sa C. The charge is the same with A, so it's a single charge, but the enclosure is larger. So what happens? He says that doubling the dimension or the surface area does not change the flux. Okay? How can we write that in a mathematical form? For some reason, that's how charges behave. So all we need to do is just to describe it mathematically. Just for example, number C. Well, there are only 4 operations that you can do. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. If you have surface area and this one, electric field. The electric field is coming out from the charge. It doesn't change the flux. So, what is your logical choice for the operation? Multiply or divide? Oh, one of the quantity increases because it's the enclosure. Of course, you know that the surface increases, diba? What happens to the electric field? Since you're far away from the charge, it goes down. But the flux essentially remains the same. So, what operations is in your mind? The only candidate is multiply, divide, subtract, add. One quantity goes up, the other one goes down, such that everything is constant. The flux. Choice you have to multiply something. Oh, yun. That's correct. And so if you multiply the electric field and the A stands for the surface area of the enclosure, that's the flux. The flux should be constant. That's the only way to do it. We need to multiply. In higher mathematics, that's called the dot product. Okay? So the dot product is what? Scalar property. So you use cosine function. Why cosine function? Physically, kasi that's math eh. How do you correlate it to physics? Well, here, the electric field going through the material is parallel to the what? The surface area, A, right? What's the angle in between? Oh, my 53 class. What's the angle in between the electric field and the A? Angle in between the two is 0. They are parallel, right? As you can see, that's where the maximum flux goes because your angle is 0. So, okay. How about here? They're at 90 degrees. Your enclosing area is 90 and your electric field is perpendicular. Of course, you see that there's no flux because there's no surface area exposed to the electric field. Okay? Okay. He says that when you multiply the electric field in the area, that's the flux. Okay? Normally the flux is proportional to the charges enclosed, as we have seen before in the previous slide. If you double the charge, flux doubles. Okay. So there's a constant of proportionality. Of course, the constant of proportionality is 1 over EO. The EO has a value. You can search that in your calculator. Constant number depends on your calculator model, no? Of course, don't forget that the force is also proportional to the electric field. Okay? From physics, what physics is this? 3 ba to? Assuming you have the dipoles here, plus minus. In nature, there are two charges, eh. One is positive, one is negative. There's a man and a girl, ganun lang. Okay? Sa magnetism, you don't have a dipole. The magnet, north and south pole. You cannot have a segregated north and a segregated south. If you chop it becomes north-south again, chop it again. Ganun nature niya eh. They're always in pair. But here you can segregate those plus minus. Okay, we have a sphere here. So since this is just an introductory course, so the simplest asymmetry that you can solve is sphere. Okay. We place a total positive charge on a solid conducting sphere. Find the electric field. Okay. In physics 2, the electric field is what? Proportional to the product of the what? The electric force is proportional to the product of the charges inversely proportional to the distance, okay? So the electric field, that's Q over R squared in the surface here. As you go out, of course, the distance increases. But take a look at the behavior. Since the distance is squared, if you go twice your normal radius, the strength of your electric field goes down by a factor of 1/4. So if it is 3 times distance, logical answer is 3 squared. Oh, 9. What else? And problem number 3. What's problem number 3? There's no problem in 3. Nakasulat. Okay, do you agree that the electric field within the conductor is 0? Why? Just like what it says, the charges inside the conductor is nothing. And if I imagine that I will put a area here, take a look at this area. There's no charge there because all of the charges are in the surface. Field of an infinite plane. So this time we have plane. Okay, so anong field yan? Okay, remember what's the formula? If you multiply the electric field and the cross-sectional area, so E times A. That's the only way to do it. We have to multiply the electric field and the cross-sectional area. But you have to have two, front and back. That's the only equivalent to the proportionality constant 1 over epsilon naught multiplied by the charge. But the charge is expressed in terms of sigma A. Of course, we cannot count the number of charges here. Here, it's visible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ayan, 5 by 6. Ayun. But that's not the way nature works. Eh. There are so many charges there. That's not the way to count it. Okay? So we have a sigma. That is surface charge density. So that's a good way. You have the surface charge density. It measures the number of charges per cross-sectional area. So all you need to do to get the charges is multiply logically to the cross-sectional area to get the charges. So if you divide it, taran, magical formula is sigma over 2 epsilon naught. Guys, there are so many formulas here in electromagnetism. It depends on the geometry of your sample. My advice is just to memorize it, don't derive it anymore. But for the 53, hardcore. Oh, guys, that's the summary of the formulas. Okay, basa muna kayo. Yan na, meron na kayong first individual. Your first individual. First individual activity is you draw the sphere that's suspended. Tapos you try to make an analysis. You try to show that this is true. This is from physics 1 eh. If you sum the forces along x and y, okay? This is the sum of the forces along y. Naturally because it has mg eh. Yung weight